Hey everyone, good morning. It's Eric from Ken City Rehab, and I'm actually doing some intervention work for our intervention company, Intervention 911 today, and I got a lot going through my mind. I had a little bit of an unusual situation where I was able to have a couple hours this morning and got the great opportunity to talk to my awesome sister, and we just talked a lot about kind of what we struggle with during each day, and I got some really powerful messages from our conversation. And the first one being, you know, we do trauma eggs and we talk a lot about trauma. And I was telling her, it's not so much that it's a trauma, it's a time in our life when we felt threatened or unsafe or uncomfortable. And we need to dissect what our reaction was to that. And then we need to look at how does that work in our life today. And I'm kind of embarrassed, but I'll share it anyways. In second grade, I was in school and the teacher said, we're doing a lesson and you cannot interrupt the lesson for any reason. And of course, I had to go to the bathroom and I ended up wetting my pants because I wouldn't raise my hand to say I had to go to the bathroom. And my response after doing that was to try and shrink and be invisible and to step into the background and not be noticed because I'd done something bad. I had two choices. I could either be bad by raising my hand and interrupting the class and do something against the rules, which was very important for me. I was by the rules, or I could try and make it through, which I wasn't successful, so I was bad because I wet my pants. And the reality of that situation was that has been a lifelong coping strategy. When there is something stressful or that I'm worried about, I take a step back and the response to stress is fight, flight, or freeze. And I freeze, I'm a freezer. And I hope someone else steps in, or I hope somehow it resolves, or I hope someone won't notice. And I was thinking about that in relationship to my intervention work, and I can't be like that when it's stressful in an intervention because the family is relying on me to be the person to step up and to have the solution. And I think about, I'm working with a really great family and I have to push myself at the pre-intervention, at the intervention to make sure that family is as prepared for any eventuality as possible. And then I have to steward that process and make sure that what they're getting what they need. And that's for everyone. An intervention isn't about the person who's got the issue that's primary. The intervention is about the family system and how do we intervene on the family system. And in this way, intervention is not a bad word. It's how do we change families' response to stress? That's really what we're doing. Families are stressed, and some people cope with drugs. Some people cope with, what you would consider mental health challenges. Some people cope with avoidance, numbness. Some people cope with all sorts of things. And the reality is that if we can teach new coping strategies and we can show different ways of responding, that's where real change happens. And that's a difficult, long-term process. And so I'm really excited. I feel good about being able to help this family. And, at Intervention 911, we really believe in treating the family. And that's what we do at Ken Seeley Rehab too. And, I'm very proud of the fact that when we do an intervention, the client very infrequently comes to Ken Seeley Rehab. It's more about what's right for the client, what is the right place and what's going to help them. So excited to be doing this, excited to be talking to you, and excited to be collaborating and working with your loved one who might be responding to stress in a way that's not helpful by either intervening and giving some support to get the family moving right, or by providing treatment at Ken Seeley Rehab and giving them the tools to be able to have different coping strategies. So thanks everyone, great day, bye.